In the video here, you see one of my blackboards and the words, "Life is fragile." And I think that's a message for all the time. I've recently went through about 2 or 3 weeks of doing a procedure of kind of documenting the way I keep the integrity of my art. And at the end of those videos, which I did have posted, but I ended up taking them down. And at the end of them, video number 14, what I realized is what I learned through that 2 or 3 weeks of doing that was that life is fragile. And that it's so fragile that right now, as an artist, working in chalk is what I'm going to do. I had said I was going to work, in one of those videos, I had said I was going to work in oil on wax to show that life is so fragile. But it's actually more fragile than even beeswax as a basis. Life is like chalk. We're here 1 minute and we're gone. There we are, and then we get erased. That's what life is all about. And you have to grab it while you hear it or see it or know it. So, this is one of my kids' briefcase blackboard sets that you can still get. They're about $10 to $15 a piece. Crayola makes wonderful, wonderful colored chalk in bright colors, very, very nice colors. But I also want to show you something else in this video. I've been making videos for the Quilts for Veterans Twitter account with the Constitution quotes written on a blackboard, because life is that fragile too. Our democracy is always that fragile unless we stand up for the right thing. But then, what I started to do, this one is blank still, and in fact it's still drying. What I started to do was use a product called Rustoleum Clear Chalkboard Paint. Now, for years, I have painted boards different colors and used them as chalkboards. This has been a red board for about 20 years. I have other boards here. This black one is an old masonite board that I painted black. And these are 2 other chalk briefcases, but these are antiques. And one of the reasons I bought this chalkboard paint was to recondition the surface on these. This one was okay, but this one, you could barely write on it because the actual surface had deteriorated because it's an antique. So, the chalkboard paint, let me tell you about that. It's by Rustoleum, as I said, and what you do, it can go on several surfaces. It's a little bit expensive. This is 30 ounces, and it was, I think, about $25, somewhere around there. It will go on, can be applied to wood, metal, masonry, drywall, plaster, glass, concrete, paperboard, and hardboard. Create a surface for chalk writing on any color, anywhere. Great for work, great for walls, doors, tables, cabinets, and more. Now, I hadn't even thought of that. If you have an extra wall in your kitchen and you own your home, you could have a family chalkboard on one section of your kitchen wall. It dries clear. I'm going to open it up. It's very, very thick. And what you do is apply it. You apply one coat, then you have to wait 4 hours and apply a second coat, and let those completely dry for 3 days. So it is a little bit time intensive as far as getting a surface done. but it's not difficult at all. But I want to show you how thick it is, because when I saw how thick it was, you know, I thought I got a defective can or something, but I didn't. It's almost like a paste. You see how thick that is? And they do say stir it thoroughly before you apply it. I used a 4-inch wide, good quality bristle brush. And you can't even tell that this board has had it applied. So it didn't cover the flaws, you know, the chips that the board had gotten, because it's clear. But these have another day or so to cure. But by tomorrow, the next day, what I'll be doing is taking a piece of chalk on the side, rubbing the whole thing. That's what they tell you to do, is to condition the board after all of this dries. Go over the whole board with the side of a piece of chalk and then erase it, and then you should be all set. And I just think it's a wonderful product. It was a little bit expensive, but even if you're not doing, you know, obviously I've been on kind of a introspection with my artwork lately, and chalk is wonderful for letting go. It's also wonderful for PTSD or just fast, expressive work, and the strength is in letting it go. But you don't have to. I now have altogether about nine surfaces that I can be drawing on, and I can either keep them for a day. I can then take them to another medium if I want to. I could, if I come up with something I like, I could then paint it. It's not that you have to always work in chalk, but what a way to save on paper and trees, and just so you help the environment. You also, as an artist, learn to let go of something that's not really your best work. You also get a chance to express yourself very easily all the time, anywhere. And these are portable. They act like a desk. So these are wonderful. They really are wonderful. But even boards like this are wonderful. Now this, I got these two products through Fingerhut, and the only reason I got them there was because I hadn't seen them anywhere else. The Faber-Castell Outdoor Chalk Art Set probably is somewhere else. I hadn't really been looking for chalk. So that one you could probably find somewhere else. It's got a lot of great colors. It's meant for outdoors. These two red things are to hold a stick of chalk. It's got a blender brush, and the blue foam in the back is something to kneel on if you're working outside. So what a great way to do graffiti in your driveway. I'm going to do snowflakes in the driveway in between snowstorms. Or usually I build a snowman and put it near the light post. Well, now I can draw one all the time, you know, and have the same effect. I can write messages in the driveway to the mailman, you know, please take the package. You can, those are just some kind of examples, but you can express yourself so easily almost anywhere. You can also sit down like this girl is doing and draw on a surface and leave it there. So that's one thing. And then this one, I knew I had to grab this when I saw it, that I wouldn't find it anywhere else. This is Spirograph chalk for outdoors. It's called Playground Classic Sidewalk Chalk Spiral Art. And I don't remember how much it was. You get 3 large sticks of chalk. These pieces snap together to make a 31-inch diameter circle. And they say they give you 9 stencils, but I don't know what they mean because there's only 3 of them in there. But they do have different holes, so they may have meant you can make 3 different designs with each one. I don't know. But anyway, as you can see in the picture there, It's spirograph for outside. It's wonderful for kids, for adults, for anybody. It's great. So those are 2 additional chalk products. Now, I would draw something to kind of give you an idea of what I mean, except that I have to let these dry. And even the red one up above here is still curing. And in a couple of days, all of my boards will be dry, and I can draw whatever I want. I can write messages. It's been very good to write the Constitution because I have to read it before I write it. And so it's a reminder of what's important. You could do it with any book. You could write Frodo's Ring, or, Frodo lives. Wasn't that the phrase from the movie? Or Merry Christmas. You could write Merry Christmas all over everywhere. So, I just wanted to make this video about using chalk, that life is fragile for everybody. Whether you have a big family, a little family, no family, no pets, some pets, whatever your life is, life itself is fragile. Many of you would know that I'm a horticulturist. I kind of push growing trees and plants and stuff like that. It's all connected. The planet is fragile, and we only have the one planet, and we only have each one life. So chalk and that Rustoleum product, the clear chalkboard paint, makes it so much easier to just be expressive in life.